Well, hello everyone. It's Wednesday, midweek update, and boy, do I have a lot of updates. I have finally made a decision on the 50,000 subscriber giveaway. So I had several thoughts. Obviously, the easiest thing to do would be digital patterns, but I haven't done anything new lately, so I think most of you guys might already have my patterns that you want. So that was kind of like out of the picture. Then I was considering gift cards, but then they threw in a loop. If it's paid for with US dollars, you have to be in the US, and they made it difficult. So if it was an international winner, then I wouldn't be able to give them the gift card. So I came up, thanks to Kelly at Snitches Get Stitches. She gave me a great idea. She has agreed to work with me on this. So I am going to link her Etsy shop below. She sells, like t-shirts and little tote bags, and she has some other items in her shop. So the winner, if you happen to be international, she will ship the item to me, and then I will ship to you if we ship there. Because I know there are some areas in the world that we don't ship to. If that is the case, then I would allow you to pick a pattern. But for the places that the U.S. will ship to, and of course within the U.S., you will get your choice of one item from her shop. She has some really cute t-shirts. Really, really cute t-shirts, and her tote bags. They're all really cute. So I'm going to link her shop below, and that way you can go and take a look. So the rules are YouTube has absolutely nothing to do with this. This is all me. All me. And of course, Kelly over at Snitches Get Stitches Crochet. So in order to enter, you need to leave a comment in this description. Or you need to leave a comment in the comment section below of this video, and I will use a YouTube comment picker to select the winner. There will be one winner. It will filter out duplicate comments, so adding in, 5, 10, 15, 20 comments won't improve your chances, because it's going to only do, it'll only take into consideration one comment per YouTube account, if that makes any sense. So you just have to make a comment. A nice comment. Don't be mean. So there's that. And let's see, when will we do the drawing? I think, because I kind of got myself in a pickle here, it will probably be, let's just shoot for July. Let's see, it's Friday's the 11th, Saturday's the 12th, Sunday's the 13th, Monday's the 14th, Tuesday, July 16th, Wednesday, July 16th. I'm going to write that down so I do not forget. That will be when I pick the winner, or when the comment picker picks the winner. So that gives you plenty of time to head over to her Etsy shop and take a look and see what you think you might want to win. And it doesn't matter if it's a t-shirt or a tote bag or one of her one of her other items. Whatever you would like to have. One thing. Okay, so there's that. Now you're wondering, what kind of pickle did I get myself in? Well, Summerfest is this Saturday. And I got an email a couple of days ago. I was so excited. And I was hoping I wasn't too late because I didn't find it until the next day because it got buried in under all the Etsy transaction emails. And the market that I really, really, really want to be a part of on a monthly basis, it's once a month on the first Friday of the month, and it's a really, really good market. They had an opening. Do I want it? And I'm like, hell yeah, I want it. So I replied. And yeah, in their email, it says, if you get an invoice, then you were selected to fill in the vacancy. So I was like, oh, I know I'm too late because I didn't see the email till the day after it was sent. And tons of people want to get into this market. I mean, lots of people. So about, I don't know, I was getting ready to go to bed. And I got the email with the invoice to pay. So I have Summerfest on the 28th, 4th of July at that market, and then July 11th at my regular Friday night market. I'm going to be so stressed. So I'm not too worried about inventory. I have plenty of inventory. It's just certain things that I may not have enough of. So my life is going to be very hectic for the next 3 weeks. So if you find videos being like off schedule and stuff, you know why. Nothing happened to me. I'm just like in a pickle. So that being said, let's talk about what I made. So if you watch Stacy Make's video on Sunday, you would have seen that she challenged me to do her and April, the Cozy Buckeye, their Instagram channel. It's, what do they call it? Share the Love IG Challenge. So you're supposed to pick 5 free patterns from Instagram, follow and tag that designer, make it, feature it, and share it on your social medias, whether, you have Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or YouTube or what have you. Challenge a friend, and then tag April and Stacy so that they can also share your makes. And you use the hashtag #ShareTheLoveIG Challenge. So, before I show you what I made, I'm going to tell you who I'm challenging. Now, the first person, I asked them first because they're having issues with their hands. And that would be Heather from Cottontail Crafts by Heather. And she said she was fine with it because there's not a time limit. There's no rush. No rush whatsoever. So we have Heather. And of course I have to challenge Crafty Sue 519 because, I have to. So Sue, consider yourself challenged. And then the last person that I want to challenge, she's a subscriber, but she is also a fairly new YouTuber. And if you do not want to accept this challenge, it is fine, because I know you're still learning the whole crochet thing. But Nick, the antisocial auntie, I am extending this challenge to you. So the 5 free patterns are supposed to be new to you. You could have seen it before, but you have never made it. So Nick, that opens up a ton of patterns for you because you're so new to crochet. But I thought you might enjoy this little challenge. So That's the people I am challenging. Now, what did I make for this challenge? Well, I was going to wait and do it in a separate video, but because I put myself in a pickle, I went ahead and did it with this and still trying to get market prep ready. And some of the things that I picked out, I did multiples of because I thought they'd be good market makes. But the first thing that I did is this Power Up mushroom. If you are a Super Mario fan, you know what this is. This is a pattern by Crochet Hippie Designs. It's very easy to make. It is no-sew. Now, I used felt. It gives you the option of felt, or gives you instructions to on how to crochet these spots. I took the lazy way out and did felt. Same way with the eyes. I took the lazy way out and did felt. Now, it's a no-sew pattern. Unless you crochet your spots. If you crochet the spots, you have to sew them on. If you use felt, you glue them on. Hence, no sew. It does pop up. Now, you're not supposed to stuff the mushroom top, but I had to put a little stuffing in mine. Otherwise, it would have been super, super floppy. It was easy to make. It probably took me about an hour. But I will tell you, for a free pattern, it is extremely well written. Just saying. It was very easy to read the pattern. So, 1 Power Up mushroom for all the Mario and gamer fans. I would have done more of those, but I'm on a time crunch and I have my list, which I am almost made it through my list. So then I had to pick a second item. And this one I have had favored for a long time. Well, not favored, saved. It is like one of my least favorite creatures on this planet. But I thought it might make a good keychain. So there's actually 2 of my 5 that I turned into keychains. So this is an All From Jade pattern. And it is a little spider. Super quick. This one I did out of Chenille Brights in gray. This one is the Home Slim in mustard. And they came out to just about the same size. And then I did one more in a darker brown. You can put 4 eyes in it, but I'm like, you know what? I'm going to sell these for like $5. 2 eyes is enough. They get the gist. They have 8 legs. They'll know it's a spider. So this All From Jade, super easy, super fast. So if you need to add something to your keychain collection, variety, selection, whatever you want to call it, this might be a little cute one for you. And it's super, super fast. Very well written. But then all of her patterns are well written. The next one that I came across, and I have done a similar pattern to this. This one is so much better. This is a baby crab by Hook Crochet Co. And all of these are Instagram accounts. So this blue is one of the, I'm not sure if it's Sweet Snuggles or Late or if it's Home Slim color. But it was one that was not a good skein that got through, that I missed when I was returning my stuff. So it wasn't the easiest to work with, but it is such a pretty color. So this is all no sew. The little legs here are crocheted in the round. The claws, these two right here, you go back and you just attach and then follow the instructions. But I love how it has the little ridge and the eyes. Super easy. Now the first crab pattern that I did, there was like mistakes in it. No mistakes in this pattern. So I did a second one, and this one I tried Mystical. My blue is not the bright blue. What is this one called? I can't see it from here. It's right there, but I can't read the label. But it came out just a tad bit bigger. I don't have the best selection of red. Not to mention, these are blue crabs. They should be blue. Lobsters are red when they're cooked, but they have kind of a tint of red. But anyways, so I made 2 of these crabs. No mistakes in the pattern that I saw. It was super easy to follow the directions of this pattern. Very pleased with these. My other crabs, they did sell. They weren't like speed demon sellers, but I've sold all of them, and this will replace those in my inventory. So we did 2 of those. Then the next thing that I came across, now mind you, there were some that I really wanted to do, but of the videos and Instagram posts that I've seen, they've already been done so many times. I was trying to be different from everyone else that I've seen. Other people may have done these. Wouldn't surprise me in the least. Some of them are older patterns, some of them are newer patterns, but I just wanted to be different. For example, everybody's showing this little stitch on a swing, and I do want to make some of those, but I did not include this in my challenge. So the next one, I mean, stop it, you guys. These are just so cute. Just stop. Look at this little mini loaf kitty. It is a pocket kitty, but I added a keychain to it because it is the perfect size. And this is Parfait Chunky. I'm pretty sure I used a 5mm hook with this white because my white is not very soft. So this pattern is by Sophie.a.Megurumi. Megurumi, something like that. Sophie.a.Megurumi. Sophia Megurumi. Megurumi. Something like that. It's really cute. And there's 4 color styles that you can do. It has the solid kitty, which is this white one. It has a tuxedo kitty. It has a Siamese, which I didn't do yet, and it has a striped kitty, which I didn't do yet. But before I made this tuxedo kitty, I was like, oh, I'm going to use that tuxedo kitty and make an orange cat. And I forgot to change the color for the legs. But I gave him a little bit of white on the back to, you know, add into that color blend of orange and white, like my Toby. So there's 4 color patterns for this. Really easy. Biggest round is 16. It's a total of 12 rounds. It is 100% no-sew, other than embroidering the nose and whiskers, and then of course closing the hole. Now I didn't give it a butt, but you could certainly give it a butt. But I mean, these are just so cute. I think these will be very popular. And all you people that sell a crap ton of loaf cats, you need this in your life. Very cute. The last one that I did, I had a tough time picking the last one because I need to be working on my list for this market. And but I was afraid I wouldn't have time to do this challenge if I didn't get it done now, because the next few weeks of my life are going to be hectic. So I'm looking and looking and looking, and I kept going back to this one, and it's kind of creepy cute. It's supposed to be a blobfish. He's got his little tail. This is a Mom Stitchetti pattern. And I will say, of the 5 patterns I picked, this is the only one that I had difficulty with. And I was fine until I got to the round where the arms and the tail is. It was very confusing. When I tried to do it the way I thought the pattern was written, I had not enough stitches. So the round with the arms and the tail was super confusing for me. Other than that, it was pretty straightforward. But that was confusing. Now, I'm not sure that, I don't know, some goofy kid will probably think it's cute as can be, and it'll probably sell right away. Maybe not, I don't know. But I only made one of these. And it wasn't because it took a long time. It was just because I was so confused with the arms and stuff. And until I can have time to really stop and think about it and not feel rushed and pressured to really look at it to make sure that I'm doing it right. But, I mean, this is a face only a mother could love. So one blobfish by Mom Stitchetti. Now, my last video, I forgot to link any of the patterns in that video. So I am going to try not to forget this time. Usually I'll miss one here or there because I show so much stuff. But last week, I don't know, or last video, I don't know what happened, but I absolutely did not list a single pattern designer whatsoever. I don't know what happened. What did I get made that was on my list? Only a few things. But I was pretty much done with the list until somebody bought some of my stuff that I just made, and I had to go back to the drawing board on those items. So I sold my pink shark, so I had to make some more sharks. We made 3. One in this pretty green color. His fin was looking like Free Willy. So we have this green. I had to make another pink because it was the pink shark that sold. And then I did a blue. I still would like to have the traditional gray color to go along with it. But I did make one change. And if I didn't say, this is Teresa. Teresa's Crochet Shop. Her 3-pack pattern comes with the whale shark, the regular shark, and a hammerhead. I did make one change. When it came to the belly, it bothered me that the edges looked rough. So I just single crocheted along those long edges where we have, the rows turn. And it looks choppy and uneven. So I did that just to make it look a little smoother. And yeah. So 3 sharks. And these I did yesterday. Because the night before was when I was contacted about the other items. And they are packaged up and ready to go. Those were on my list. The clownfish was on my list. I only did one. I would like to have more than one, but I don't know. I am not a speed demon on crochet. So we have the clownfish, and the clownfish is a free Instagram pattern. I couldn't include it in the challenge because I have made it before and I have sold each one that I have made. And this is by Crochet Collectibles. Super easy pattern. The hardest part is getting this straight, and I did not do a very good job at getting that centered and straight. So you twist it, that looks better. You know, what can I say? These are just fun to make. The colors make it fun. It is like a happy make. So I do like these. So we have the clownfish. One of the other things that was on my list, that because in the last couple markets I had people ask, do you have any penguins? And the only penguins that I have is a lovey and on a swing. So I got out the baby penguin pattern, and I did one in the colors that they suggest, and I did one without changing to the gray, and I think I missed around in his little body because he looks a little squattier than the other. And I did do some cleanup around the edges of the color change on the white. So now when someone says, do you have any penguins? While they last, I have 2. I do think I like it better all black, though, than with the gray. Except that it shows all the fluff. So we had the 2 penguins. So that was crossed off my list. On my list was to remake the kiwi turtle. So I got this finished yesterday. I feel like I did pretty good yesterday because I made the blob fish, the little kitties on the keychain, the 3 sharks, and this kiwi turtle yesterday, and 2 other things. So why do I feel like most of my stuff was done yesterday? Well, because there's only been a few days between this video and the last. But anyway, so we did the kiwi turtle, and yes, I'm picking fluff. I will always forever pick fluff, because once you sew through after it's been stuffed, it just drags it. There's just little pieces everywhere. So this pattern is all from Jade. I have the old version of her pattern, and it has a different type of flipper on it. Her new version, she included this type of flipper, so you have a choice. This is her Tiana pattern, and in it, when you scroll through, there's several pages to the pattern. The actual crochet part, not so much, but all the different choices that you have for colors, and like she gives fruits and seasonal. I mean, there's a lot of different ways that she showed you how to use the colors to make the different patterns. This is one of my favorites to make. Not necessarily the kiwi, but the turtle pattern. The other one is Myrtle the turtle. It is smaller and it is faster. But I love these, and it comes out such a good size in the chenille brights. So we have replaced the kiwi turtle, and it is crossed off my list. We'll see how fast that one goes. So then I was talking to Heather. Somebody, and oh my gosh, I cannot find it again. Somebody on Instagram sent me a reel or a story, and it was having to do with the safety eyes and getting them to attach, and they used a brush. So you know how on your hairbrush there's a little hole in the handle? Well, they use that to snap for the sinker eyes, to snap those backs in. I don't know if it'll work for the dome, but I tried it for the other one that has like that little ridge on it, and that ridge fit in the hole, and then you push down, and it was like, I hardly had to use any pressure. Yes, I had to stand up to get positioned right to do it, and then push down, and that has been the easiest for me for putting in those bigger eyes that I have tried yet. No loud noise from a hammer. No trying to squeeze those pliers that don't really work on those big ones. It was great. So I was asking Heather, was it her that sent it to me? Because I can't find it. It's disappeared. I don't know. But whoever sent it to me, thank you. I was like, this is great. This is just great. But Heather wanted to see how it was done. So I said, well, let me finish. I was working on the kiwi turtle at the time. And I said, now I'll jump right into a turtle head and I'll show you. So I made a myrtle, but I needed solid colors. Now, myrtle was not on this particular list because I had some, but she kind of got added because now we are, the very next week, we have another market put in. I don't get the 2 weeks break in between. So we did that. I needed some solids. This is the blush in Brights and Cranberry, I think this one's called. It's kind of, a deep winey color red. That was to show her how to do the eyes. Got silver eyes. Then I did another one. Because using that hairbrush for the eyes, I can make these late at night after everybody's gone to bed. It doesn't make a lot of noise. So that's the color disc I wanted to use. So I had to pick a color to go with it. And this is the antique white. Oh, I don't know the name of this blue. But I have so little of this left. And this was, a small thing that I could use up the little pieces. And I just love Myrtle. It's so fast. And Myrtle the turtle is Chastity and Designs. Now, when you go to her Etsy shop, it is not listed under the name Myrtle the turtle. It just says small sea turtle, I think. So a lot of people, when they go there, they can't find it. But in the picture, it is green, a green shell, a light green shell, and toffee, like in the Parfait Chunky colors, toffee and is it kiwi? This color green. That is the picture of the thumbnail. So then I showed you last time I did the clam from Crochet Grove, and I have that little girl that wants one this big. And I'm thinking the giant clam is really going to be too big. And the small clam was going to be too small, but it's gone. It's sold. It is on its way to its forever home. So I tried using the small pattern with Brights because I'm going to use a 6mm hook versus a 5mm hook, and the yarn is thicker anyways. So we got this. It is one row of each of the colors. Brights doesn't have the best shades of purple. They have one, what's it called? Haze, I think. Purple haze. Oh, it's not in a wrapper, but it's very dull, matted, muted, whatever. So I used this color for the purple. But I think it turned out pretty good. And it's about this big. Now the clam, I still have a string attached because I'm trying to decide. Some people say leave it out, but I have in the past made Teresa's Crochet Shop clams and left it loose. And every time somebody picked it up, the little clam, poor little pearl clam, whatever you want to call it, would go tumbling to the ground. So I'm thinking I am going to tack this in place. The kids might find it fun to be able to take it out and put it back in, but for my sanity, I think I'm going to tack it in place. So to complete that, I need to stitch that down. But I think it turned out nice, even in the Brights colors. I couldn't imagine doing that giant clam in the Brights because, well, I can't show you to compare, but this is a lot bigger than the Parfait Chunky clam. I didn't add any rows or anything like that. It's the actual pattern from Crochet Grove, the mini clam, using the brights, and it turns out spectacular. I like this. So then I had one last item, and this one was for funsies. And it's one I wanted to try. I've seen, let's see, I know Heather tried it. Tracy from Travel Crochet tried it. I'm pretty sure maybe Stacy tried it. I don't know. I've seen a lot of people tried it, and I've been wanting to. But I mixed 3 patterns together again because I prefer the look of how these legs and head is attached to the designer of the top of this turtle. But look at this beauty. See, that's using the other purple than this purple. The rose part is Passionate Crafter, and it is free. She shows it on Instagram, but you go to her YouTube, or I think she has a blog or something. But what I did is I went over to the YouTube and I watched to see how many stitches around is it going to be for the turtle shell itself. And it went to 40. And that's what Tiana is 40. So I'm like, okay, this will work. So then I watched how she did the shell and how she went back and did the flower part. So then I decided I want to do it in the rainbow colors because you know what? It's fun. Yes, there's a lot of ends to weave in. Yes, there's a lot of color changing, but it's so fun to do. Then the head and the bottom part of the body is all from Jade. The turtle flippers, actually, originally for me, came from Happy Turtle Crochet. I remembered her name this time. And then I took the little extension part of the flippers from Mathilda, the big sea turtle that takes like 100 years to make, where you add the extra stitches to the flippers, and it just kind of makes it have more of a realistic look. And then I face my flippers on every turtle. Where's Myrtle? Every turtle. Doesn't matter what the pattern says to do. I turn them around because I don't think it looks right when that rounded part is facing forward. This to me gives it more of a natural look. So out of all of these 2 are my absolute favorite. And out of my makes this time, these little kitties come in second place. Now, of course, I always love making Myrtle. And the clam was a pleasure to make. The sharks, after 3 in a row, I had my fill. The crabs were fun. The spiders are just creepy. And yeah. So that's what I did in the last couple of days. So Heather, Sue, and Nick, don't forget you've been challenged. And everyone else, don't forget to leave your comment below if you want to enter and go over to Kelly from Snitches Get Stitches, her Etsy shop, and take a look at her t-shirts and bags and what have you, and pick something out just in case you happen to be the winner. And we'll see you Friday night. We will still do a live. It'll probably be a little shorter than normal, but we're still going to do a live, and we'll see you then.